For now, let's take you live to our reporter Pelane, who is tracking voter numbers in Limpopo. He's been doing so for the better part of this week. Pelane, I understand we've got about 8% of the votes that's been captured, 8.1% in Limpopo. The ANC so far with 6 wards, the DA following with a single ward. How does this tack on from this 2016 local government elections in terms of performance?
Well, in terms of performance, really, we will be able to gauge that once those numbers may perhaps even reach about 40-50% to get a clearer picture as to how far the political parties are coming along. But for now, I can see here on the map that the areas such as Messina, the ANC is leading, of course, with about 69% of votes, with 2 seats in that area formally at this current stage, and the Lephalale area with the ANC at around 44%. And I've seen earlier on, I think one important area that we really at this stage, that's the Limpopo ANC coming about 39%. Of course, still very much early to talk about the DA retaining or maybe even losing it to the ANC or any other political parties. Still numbers having to come through. But one city that is in the eyes of a lot of people currently, we are seeing that the city of Polokwane is yet to formally bring about some results. But I can tell you from words on the ground, of course, unaudited results, giving us an indication that the EFF has gone about 4 seats, and the ANC, of course, retaining some of the wards that it had. Of course, those are some of the unaudited results that we're getting. Formally, we'll get those indications later on the day. Perhaps I must just ask Josie Butane, the EFF chairperson in the province, to join us. Just give us an indication if they feel that yesterday was good enough for them. Josie, 4 words we hear from unaudited. Is that what you're hearing for your party agents?
It's what we are getting, it's what we have. It's what the voters of Polokwane have given us so far. We are confident that we have what 13. We are confident on what 10. We retained them, and we have added what 26 in Mankweng and what 37 of Polokwane. That is what so far our people have given us.
Paint the picture now about the EFF's performance across the province.
No, we've done very good. There is nowhere to this far where we have declined. Our numbers are very promising. Instead, we have, like I'm saying, we have added some wards. We have increased. So our message is getting through to our people. Yeah. That is what the Commander-in-Chief said when he was crisscrossing the country. He said the intention is to open the minds of our people, and that has happened. So we have achieved, and more than that, our people thanked us with the seats they've given us, the numbers they've given us. So we are a party on a correct track. Our people are building confidence in opposition parties. Remember, it has died with the UDM, it has died with Arang, and that one of these new ones that just come, fly in the night and die in the morning. We are still suffering from that, but the confidence is coming and building up very strongly, and we thank them for that. That is what we can thank thank our people for. They are still taking us through the correct channels for us to lead them properly, and we are working together to that direction. They are saying, let's not run, let's work together, and we are doing just that.
Walk, he says, that is Josie Butane, is the EFF chairperson here in Limpopo, of course, as we continue with our rolling coverage here. But I can tell you currently that the numbers, as you rightly put it, 8.1% is the completion in the province at this stage, and we'll be waiting to see those numbers beginning and continuing to trickle in as those hotly contested areas such as Modimolle, Mokhopong come through, and Tabazimbi as well, which are the 2 municipalities currently being led by the Democratic Alliance through minority governance. So we'll be looking very much keenly to see how performance has been in those kind of municipalities. But very much worryingly, it has been, I can just add before I throw back to you, Michelle, the issue around the voter turnout. The 4 polling stations that we visited late night yesterday before they closed, other wards had registered about 1,700 people to come and cast their votes, but at the time that the voting polls were closing, about 500, 400 people have only come through to cast their votes. But I'm sure we'll get a very down to detail figure from the IEC, both nationally and provincially, when they give us briefings. Michelle?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be incredibly interesting to see, Pelane, how those voting districts in particular, not just a general sense of voter turnout, but how those particular districts in the various provinces fared in terms of voter turnout. We know that 26.2 million people registered for these elections. That's not counting the additional 13 million people who were eligible to register but chose not to do so. Pelane Phakgadi is my colleague live to us there in Limpopo.